And he's still out there gaslighting. You know, I always save this for you. We always hurt the ones we love the most.
Oh, God.
Yes. All right.
Looking back on the 6th of January, was it a mistake to have had that rally on that day?
Well, you know, there was a rally that was there, and if you look, it was a massive rally with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. I think it was the largest crowd I've ever spoken before.
Oh, my God.
And I reverse it. The insurrection took place on November 3rd. That was Election Day, and before and after. That was, to me, the insurrection.
Was it?
And the January 6th was a protest.
Yeah. Okay. It's not a multiple choice, opinion quiz,
You don't get to
really.
just make it up.
And also, by the way, you could just,
Shut the up, Donnie.
Thank you. Okay. To me, that was really an insurrection. Okay, well, oh my God, please tell me he's going to get prosecuted for January 6th. Please tell me.
You know that I can't give you that, but it sure looks like we're starting to follow it all the way. I want to say up the chain, but when you're going to Donald, it's down to the gutter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Downwind. Okay. Oh, Matt in Chicago. Is this the one that wants to tell Dana a joke every week? Probably. Hey, Matt.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning, Dana Goldberg. So,
Good morning, sunshine.
Trump was sitting in the White House one day, and somebody came up to him and said, "Sir, you're going to have to put trade holds on China and aluminum." And he looked at him and said, "Well, I know what China is, but I've never heard of the country of aluminum."
Oh.
No on that one, sir.
No, you need to workshop that one.
No on that one.
Yeah, workshop that.
Okay.
Those aren't even dad jokes. Those are
I always
dad
give
jokes.
points for someone calling a professional comedian to tell a joke. I'm going to give them points up top.
A participation ribbon.
Yes.
Yeah.
My favorite is when they end with, "Dana, you can use that if you want."
Yes, because they would give and give and give. Liberal helpers. Karen in Colorado, you're on with Dana. Hey, Karen.
Hey, ladies. Wow, the two hottest ladies in radio. This is
What?
Well, that's saying a lot, huh? Wow.
No, I'm as enraged as everybody else is at what happened with SCOTUS yesterday. It just we're going down to a black hole. But I did want to ask you, Stephanie, if you can assign a different fart sound for each one of those black-hearted justices, maybe a long one for Kavanaugh, short one for Alito, whatever you can come up with. I think that each deserve their own fart sound.
You know what, Karen? I'm glad you pointed that out, and I believe this calls for me to activate fart machine number 2. Hang on one second. There you go. I believe
Perfect.
You are correct. All right. Thank you so much, Karen, for that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Why do our callers feed and pet the animals?
We're
That's
nothing-
what I would like to know.
We're nothing if not highbrow.
Judge
Absolutely.
Alito
Thomas?
said, "Oh, it fetuses rights to blah, blah, blah." Right, and then Thomas said, naming Coney Island. And then Rapey McForehead. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's different. Matt Gaetz is Rapey McForehead.
Yeah.
Rapey McPerjury said, "This is like a see and say, but it's fantastic." Thank you, Karen.
I mean, Aunt Lydia yesterday with the whole, a woman has, it doesn't affect the woman at
just
all. to
drop it
carry
off
a
at the
baby to
drop it off at the
Just
train
drop it off
station.
at the-
Yeah.
Give it to the
Yeah. Can you imagine, Dana? Like that poses no trouble for a woman. Just have it and just drop it off somewhere. Like,
I mean,
do we have the highest maternal mortality rate in the developed world?
But then it's also really fun when they're like, "Oh, just put the baby up for adoption,
Right.
but don't let a gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual person adopt that baby because God forbid."
Dana, this is what everybody's saying. It's not just Roe v. Wade. They're coming for us next. They're coming for LGBT rights. They're coming. I mean, I was thinking yesterday, remember how we got marriage equality? You know, our friends, the Reiners and everybody out here that was fighting the good fight. But part of legally why we won is because they took rights away from people that already had them in California. And that's how we ultimately got marriage equality at the Supreme Court. This is the fact that they're taking away not just a right, but a right we've had for, what is it, 40 years now? 50? Yeah. I mean, how the fact that they're taking that right away, just talk about unprecedented, right? I mean, it's
No, absolutely.
and they're trying to use like like Brett Kavanaugh saying we've overturned things in the past, and they try to make it seem like, because it's the ones that enshrined racism. They're trying to make themselves look progressive, like, oh, look, if we hadn't done that. I mean, you're talking about taking rights away from people.
Not to mention that they have this case, and then we have to wait till July when we know what's going to happen. There's going to be plenty of leaks. We know what's going to happen. We have to wait another 8 months for them to come up. And I mean, I don't know the legalities around this. And listen, I'm not encouraging or discouraging certain things, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like the morning after pill, people start stocking up on it, like ways to have safe and legal abortions right now. That aren't necessarily medical by walking into a Planned Parenthood. Wouldn't be surprised if people, just start stockpiling the stuff.
And if Kavanaugh says that we can ignore stare decisis, it is game on for the Second Amendment.
Yeah, let's go game on with your,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now you've been accusing us. We might as well come get your guns, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely. We need to start fighting.
Yeah.
And it's not fighting like they fight. We need to start fighting, period. Being on the defense in all of this isn't working.
Right.
And by the way, look at the polling and be scared, gun lovers, because the vast majority of people are saying 90%. What polls 90%, Dana, in this country? Background checks do. Sensible gun legislation does. So, if you're like Chris says, you want to start this fight, okay.
We'll finish it.
Yeah.
We will finish it.
And we have the public wildly on our side, despite you, tiny pool of gun nuts that don't want any kind of gun regulation, right?
Yeah, but we got to finish it. I don't want empty promises, and I don't want us just threatening this stuff. Like, we have really good lawyers that are on, quote, our side. Let's start writing up some cases that they did this with the abortion things, where they knew that the way they wrote them, they were going to be almost impossible to not uphold.
That has been their long game for 40 or 50 years. They've been waiting for this moment for that long, writing all this legislation. They knew that most of it would get knocked down, but they've got this one little one in Mississippi that's gonna go through.
Chris LeBoy pulling Dana Goldberg into his bloodthirsty caucus. Now Dana Goldberg is like, finish them.
Oh my God, I am Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, exactly.
I want to pick my fighter. Who's it going to be?